back to my channel, or if this is your first time here, thanks so much for stopping by today. For today's video, I am going to be sharing my face palette collection with you guys, and I'll also be doing a declutter while I'm sharing my palettes with you. So if that sounds interesting to you, then why don't we go ahead and get started. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. I have a lot of face palettes, but I have found that I don't use most of my face palettes. I reach for single blushes, single bronzers, single highlighters, etc. a whole lot more than I reach for the palettes. So this might be a brutal declutter, maybe. I might have a hard time letting go. Ugh. I don't know what it is with me and my makeup. I have a hard time letting go, but I'm going to try to be strong and be realistic with myself, because honestly, I really never reach for my face palettes. Like, there's a few that I reach for on a regular basis, but the majority of them I don't. So with that being said, this might possibly be a massive declutter. So, and I have a lot of face palettes, so I'm going to try to go through them quickly. I won't be doing swatches or anything like that because that would take way too long, and I'm trying to fit this all in one video. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, the very first thing I have is the Physicians Formula Ultimate Muru Muru Butter Collection. And guys, this is awesome, especially for someone just starting out. It has, so it's thick, okay? And it's like this hard plastic, so it's pretty durable. So it opens like a book, like this, and you have all of their eyeshadows here, so that all the eyeshadows that have been in their previous palettes are here. Then you have all the butter bronzers here. Every shade, well, most of the shades that they've released. There are a few limited edition shades that aren't in this. Okay, then this slides out. Okay, and it slides out all the way like this. Here are their butter highlighters, almost all the shades. And then this right here is a mirror. Yeah, there we go. So this is a mirror. So you could literally just set it on your vanity in front of you like this and use it, okay? And then same thing, this side slides open all the way. These are all the butter blushes, or the majority of them. It may not include limited edition ones, but these are all the butter blushes. And these are their, like, lip butter, I think they're called lip butters or something like that. Hold on, I have one. Okay, so Physicians Muru Muru Butter Lip Cream that look like these right here. That is what is in this right here, and I've actually never used any of the lip creams, so these are fresh. I have used everything else, but everything will be sanitized, and again, I haven't used the lip butters, so they're untouched. I do believe, yeah, they're untouched. So just to let you guys know that. But anyways, I am actually going to declutter this because it's so big and bulky. It takes up too much room because I have way, way, way too much makeup. If you saw my eyeshadow palette collection, then you know I have way too much makeup. And as you see this, you're going to see I have way too much makeup. And so I never reach for this, although I love everything in here. If I had a smaller collection, I would absolutely be keeping this. But instead, this will go into my declutter, and I will be selling this on Mercari. I'm not sure if this is even sold anymore, but if it's still sold and this is something that interests you, I think I got it through Walmart. No, I got it through Physicians Formula's website, and it's a really good value. It was like $39.99, I think, and then I think I got a coupon code or something to go along with it on top of that. So, like, for, you know, somebody looking for a full collection in one, something to maybe take to travel with them, super easy. They could throw this in a tote bag with them or something. Or somebody just starting off with makeup. I really do still highly recommend this. And on the back, it tells you all the shade names and everything like that. So it's really great. The only reason I'm getting rid of this is because I have so much makeup. Okay. So, first casualty down. Wow. That one's hard for me to get rid of because I love all of the butter bronzers and blushes and stuff like that, and I don't really have a lot of the individual ones in my collection, so that's hard for me to get rid of because I really do love the formulation of those. Alright, moving on. I have the Revolution Pro HD Contour Palette in Fair, and the hinge on it broke. These hinges are so cheesy. There's like, I have so many of them that they've broken, but whatever. It still closes and latches, so it's still fine. But anyways, I never reach for this. I have a few contours that are my favorite, and I just stick with those because I'm real picky about my contour. I don't want it to be too warm, and I find a lot of contour kits to have way too many shades for me, and I just don't mess with them. So yeah, so this one is going to be decluttered as well. Okay, let's see. What's next? Let's continue to hit the contour. Okay, I have the Tarte Park Avenue Princess. This is like the most gorgeous packaging of probably anything in my collection. And it also smells like heaven. It smells like vanilla. It smells so good. This is what it looks like if you've never seen it. It's beautiful. And these shades are magnetic, so you could switch them around if you wanted to. But that's neither here nor there. But anyways, I never reach for this either. When I do, I think there's only two shades that I use. I use this one and this one. That's it. So it's taking up too much space in my storage area. And as beautiful as it is, and as great as the formulation is, I'm gonna let it go. So wow, guys, my first three things I've shown y'all I'm decluttering. But again, I'm real picky with my contours, so that has a lot to do with it. Let's see, continuing on. Ooh, this is a tough one. This is the Too Faced Cocoa Contour. This one I literally have only had this one for a couple months, so I really haven't even attempted to use it that much, probably because I have so much. So I'm going to hold on to this one. If I find that I'm not using it though, I'm going to be starting to do chopping block makeup videos because I definitely did not get rid of enough eyeshadow palettes. So I'm going to start doing probably weekly chopping block videos where I pick out like 5 eyeshadow palettes, 5 face palettes, blah blah blah, you know, and basically at the end of the week decide whether or not I'm going to keep it or throw it in my declutter, because I still have way too many eyeshadow palettes, and I'm sure once I get done with this I'll probably still have too many face palettes. So this is going to stay, but it'll be something going on the chopping block in a future video, so that I can determine if I really love this or if it's not for me. Okay, so first one I'm keeping, but it's still kind of on the chopping block, like I said. Okay, I'm still trying to look at the contours. Alright, next up I have the Loreal Pro Contour Palette. This one I do like a lot, and I love how slim it is, so I am going to keep this one. I use that shade, I use that shade, I use that shade. Sometimes I use that, so I have more use of the shades in here. Plus it's so slim and travel friendly, so I am going to be keeping this one. Alright, I have this from Kenya Ontiveros Beauty Set and Define Kit. So this has a mattifying powder, a setting powder, a highlight, a contour, a dark contour, and a bronzer. I have never used this. I wanted it so bad when BoxyCharm came out with it, and I think I bought it off of the off of their add-ons or pop-ups or whatever because I wanted it so bad, but I have yet to touch it. So that tells me it needs to be decluttered. So that is what I'm going to do. It's brand new. And so somebody else can get good use out of this. So it's going to go in my declutter. Even though I would like to try out the brand, it just doesn't make sense for me to keep it. So bye-bye. Okay. Now this one. This is old. This has been in my possession for a while. This is the Kevin Aquan, The Contour Book Volume 2, The Art of Sculpting and Defining. Okay, so it looks like this, and it has instructions on how to contour, which is really cool. And then you open this up, and it has, these are eyeshadows, where you can contour your eyeshadows. I never use those. My Candlelight powder broke, so it's gone. I never used the Candlelight cream. I should try it, though. I've used the sculpting cream a couple times, and I did like it. But mostly what I use is the sculpting powder. So this one, I will probably keep this and put it in the chopping block video because I have a separate duo that has just the sculpting powder and the Candlelight powder. And that's really all I need. Because I never touch anything else, but I'm going to make myself use these creams and make sure they're still, you know, good. I mean, they are still good. I know they are. Like, that's a really good contour for me. And then this Candlelight cream is very subtle, but pretty. So I'm trying to see if y'all can see that. Yeah, I think you can. I'm making sure it's not getting too washed out. So I'm going to keep this, but it will be going on the chopping block. I should also give the eyeshadows a try. So I might find out that this is more useful to me now that I maybe have less in my collection. So I will hang on to it for now, but I don't know how long I'll be keeping it around. It will be on in one of my chopping block videos in the future. Okay. I have this was probably my very first contour palette. This is Makeup Revolution Ultra Contour Palette. Yep. And I think now they make it with the cover is, I think, clear. But this has been very well loved. These are the two favorites right here. So I'm going to hang on to it, and I haven't used this in a really long time, so it'll be going on the chopping block as well. So we'll see. And then next I have, oh, this is blush. We'll keep the, wait, is it? No, it says Ultra Blush Palette, but really on the back it says All About Bronzed, so it's a bronzer palette. Okay, yep, so this is a bronzer palette. It's a really good bronzer palette, but a lot of the shades are too warm for me. I use this one maybe, and maybe this one. And I never think about this palette. These highlights are really pretty, especially this one. But I think somebody else would get more use out of this than I will, so I'm going to put that in my declutter. Okay. Wow. Let's see. What else do I have in here in the form of contour? I know I have more. Oh, okay. I have this e.l.f. Cream Contour Palette. I dropped it and it got broken a little bit right there on the side, but it's still fine. This thing is practically brand new. I think I've only used it like once, and it was too warm for me for a contour. I could use it as a bronzer palette. But I don't think I will. So I think I'm going to go ahead and declutter this. Okay, let's see. This is the Cover FX Perfector Face Palette, and it has in it, you've got a contour, which I really love this contour shade here. You've got a finishing powder, a highlighter, a brightener, a highlighter, and a blush. I really love this contour. The blush is okay. The highlighters are nice. I just don't reach for it very often. So I'm going to let it go. Yeah. And this is a really, really good palette, but I'm going to let it go. That one's actually really hard for me to let go. That's like a $36 palette, guys. It's a really good palette. Okay, let's see. Now I've got, do I have any more contour palettes? Or are they mostly mixtures? I think the rest are mixtures. Okay. I have the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Edit Mini Sculpture Unlocked palette. This was from last holiday. Haven't touched it yet. Again, goes to show how much I have in my collection. So I am going to hang on to this because I love Hourglass powders. So this is going nowhere. This is staying in my collection, at least for now. It may go on the chopping block in the future. This was my very first Hourglass palette. This is the Ambient Lighting Edit. And I love it because it's got several of the ambient powders up here, face powders, and then it's got a bronzer and 2 blushes, I think. Yeah, 2 blushes right here. So I'm definitely hanging on to this. It's gotten a lot of use. I'm starting to see where the raised ness, I don't know how they're raised, kind of like a bubble, is starting to get flat. So I think I'm starting to use these up, and I just need to reach for this more and remember to use this more because I love how the ambient powders look on my face. They're very flattering on mature skin. So yeah. Alright, and then this is their second holiday palette from last year. This is the Ambient Lighting Edit Sculpture. And I'm keeping this one as well. I'm not sure of the shades. There's 2 finishing powders, a strobe powder, a bronzer, a strobe blush, and a regular blush. So I'm going to hold on to this one as well. Okay. I think it's all highlight. I'm trying to find the ones that are kind of combination of things. Okay, this is the Physicians Formula Butter Collection X Wiley Hong or Hang. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. But anyways, this is a collection of butter bronzers, blushes, and highlights, and I can use most of the shades in here, so I am going to hold on to this, but it will be going on the chopping block because, like I said, I don't reach for my face palettes a lot, so yeah. But since I got rid of the whole Murmur butter collection, I feel like I need to hang on to that one. Alright, next up I have Becca Après-Ski Face Palette. This has Rose Quartz Highlighter, Icicle Highlighter, Winterberry Blush, and I love their blushes, Blushed Copper Blush, Opal Highlighter, and Bronzed Bondi Bronzer. So this is a really good palette. I mean, a really good palette. And still works fabulously. I did recently use it, but honestly, I never reached for it, and I have a couple of, I actually think I have Opal in a single, and I think I have at least one of the blushes in a single. So I'm going to declutter this one and let this one go. And you can't get this one anymore. Well, Becca's completely out of business, so you can't get anything from Becca anymore. So I can't believe I'm letting it go, but I am. Okay, well, this one's a tough decision. This is the Becca Jaclyn Hill palette. This has Rose Spritz Luminous Blush, Amaretto Mineral Blush, Pamplemousse Mineral Blush, Champagne Pop Highlighter, and Prosecco Pop Highlighter. Oh, this one is really pretty. But again, I never reach for it. And it's not like it's something I can use on my channel, since you can't get it anymore, and haven't been able to get it in a long time. And that's another problem with some of the stuff in my collection, is that you can't get it anymore. So I don't like using things on my channel that often, even though sometimes I don't show it. I just don't like using it when I can't, when you can't get it anymore, because I just don't feel like that's fair. So I'm going to put this in my declutter. Wow, I didn't think I'd ever get rid of that palette. Honestly, I love that palette, but I never reached for it lately. Okay, I have the Too Faced Natural Face palette. This one, oh, I dug my brush accidentally, like a brush handle into this one accidentally, so I took out a chunk of that highlighter right there. But I do like the bronzers in here. I do like everything in here a lot. Oh, this is a tough one. And it smells good. Okay, I'm gonna set it aside in my maybe pile slash chopping block pile. That one's a tough one. Okay, let's see. I'm trying to look and see for anything else that has contour in it. Okay, this is the Cali Kissed by Smashbox. It has a bronzer, and it's got highlighters, bronzer, I think this is a bronzer too, and then blushes. I never reach for this. It's a great palette, but I never reach for it. So I'm going to put that in my declutter. Okay. Wow, this is hard. All right, now I think I'm getting away from the contours, and now we're getting into mostly highlighter palettes. Okay, I have this sleek, no, sorry, looked like it. This is Touch and Soul Pretty Face Glowdiant Makeup Palette. This is actually beautiful. The highlighters are beautiful, and you can use this more as like a radiant bronzer right here. You can dip into just one shade, or you can go all the way across. So it can be used on a multiple range of skin tones. But I've used it once since I got it, so I'm going to put it in my declutter. This is my Alamar Hydrating Complexion Trio. This one I haven't, no, I have used it once. I've used it once, but I do like the shades in here a lot. They're not too warm. This is in the, I don't know if it's in the shade Fair. Yeah, Fair Light. So I'm going to hang on to this. However, it will probably be one that will go on my chopping block to make sure that I use it and make sure that I really do love it. Because I've only used it like once. Alright, next up I have the Milani Luminoso Glow Shimmering Face Palette right here. And this is gorgeous. You can use it as blushes or as highlighters, whichever, or blush toppers. It's gorgeous. You can, you know, again, dip into a single shade, or you can go across and get multiple shades. But I never use it, so it's going in my declutter. I told y'all I was going to be brutal here. Okay, let's see. This is the Kenya Ontiveros Beauty Blush and Shine Kit. Have I used this? I have swatched this. And I can't use either one of those highlighters. I can use that one. And I probably won't use those two blushes. I'll probably only use that one. So I'm going to go ahead and let this one go. Which this is another one that I wanted really bad. I did get it in my BoxyCharm. But I'm going to let this go. It's going in my declutter. Okay. I don't think that you can get this anymore. This is the BH Cosmetics Duo Light Highlight 9-color palette. It is a really cool palette. The shade right here I think broke and I had to repress it, but it still works great. But it's got some really cool colors in here down here, and then some more neutral colors up here. Sorry, it's really reflective, so I'm trying to get it where you can kind of see. But anyways, this is a really cool highlighter kit, and it would work on multiple skin tones. Plus you could use these neat colors down here as like inner corner highlights and whatnot, which I have in the past, but I'm gonna let it go because I haven't reached for it in forever, so it's gotta go. It's gotta go. Alrighty, here is the Rosé Highlight Collection by Bad Habit. This is actually a dupe for the Nicole Guerrero palette, and that's pretty much a spot-on dupe. I actually have the Nicole Guerrero palette since they re-released it. So since I have the Nicole Guerrero palette, I'm going to declutter this one. Bad Habit is no longer in business, so you can't get this anymore. And I'm telling you, it's a spot-on dupe for the Nicole Guerrero palette. So that will be going to my declutter. And everything I'm decluttering, guys, just to let you know, I don't get any PR, so all of this I've paid for myself. So everything I'm decluttering is going to be going for sale on Mercari. And I'll have the link down in the description box if you want to go shop for anything that I've listed. Okay, this is really hard getting into the highlighters because I love highlighters so much. Okay, this is the Benefit Cheek Stars Reunion Tour palette. I think you might still be able to get this, but I'm absolutely keeping this because I use almost everything in here, but mostly I use Dallas blush, Georgia blush, and the Cookie highlighter. This is the Hoola bronzer, which I like okay when I'm more tan. And this is the Sugar Bomb blush, which is a really nice blush as well. So I am going to hang on to this, but it will go on the chopping block in the future. Where basically I'll use the palette for like a whole week and decide, do I really love this palette or do I love my singles better? So yeah, I'm hanging on to it, but it will be going on my chopping block. Although I doubt it'll go anywhere. So, okay. Okay, next up I have the Natasha Denona Diamond and Blush. Blush and Highlighting in 01 Daya, I think is what it's called. The diamond powder got broken. I repressed it. I don't use the diamond powder that much because it's got so much glitter in it. I do like the glow powder, but I like the Super Glow better. I haven't really used the creams and I haven't really used that blush. I'm gonna declutter this, guys. I can't believe I'm doing that, but I'm gonna declutter this. It is a beautiful palette. And I like my cream blushes, but I have a lot of individual cream blushes. And I don't use a lot of cream highlighters, so I'm gonna let this go. I have her Super Glow, and that's enough for me. Might eventually try some of her blushes, but I actually have another blush. I actually have some of her blushes, so I don't need it. Speaking of, I have the Love Cheek palette, so this one I'm not gonna let go. So it's got a cream blush that I have used. It's got a Super Glow, which I would actually use more as a blush topper. It's got diamond powder, which I probably don't use that often, maybe every once in a while, and it's got a real pretty highlighter. So I am going to keep this one. And I think the blush might be the same color, shade of blush, as what was in the palette that I just cluttered. I'm not 100% sure. But anyways, I'm going to keep this, but it will be going on the chopping block because I never reach for it. So I need to see if I really love it or if it needs to go. Okay. Let's see. I have Revolution Reloaded Luster Lights and Warm. So these are highlighters. They're very nice highlighters, actually. I'm just not sure if you can get this or not still. So I'm gonna let this go. It's really pretty, but I never reached for it, so I'm gonna let it go. Okay. Decisions. What should I show next? I should just go with it. I've got the Revolution Ultra Pro Glow. This one, I think my niece got into this one or something. She got into these shades, I think. Or maybe I dropped it. I think that might be what happened. I think I dropped it and those kind of broke. But whatever. This is the Ultra Pro Glow one. I never reached for it, so I'm going to let it go. And then I have the Revolution Ultra Pro Glow 2. This is beautiful. It's got lots of really cool shades. But again, I never reached for it, so I'm going to let it go. Wow. Okay, this is what I thought I had earlier. This is the Sleek Makeup Highlighting Palette in Solstice. I never reached for it. Whoops, there goes the plastic. I literally have maybe used this twice. It's beautiful. I don't know why I don't reach for it, but I don't. So I'm going to let it go. Oh, I knew I had some other contour kits in here. Okay. This is actually a foundation palette from Graftobian, and I used it for bronzers / contours, and it works really well for like cream contour, cream bronzer. So I'm going to hang on to it, but it's going to go on my chopping block to see if the colors really work out for me or not. It's mostly, for me, I think it's mostly going to be cream bronzer. So I'm going to give it a try, but it will be going on my chopping block. That's really good. They have really good foundation palettes for makeup artists. Okay, and then I've got this Smashbox step-by-step contour palette. This has a contour, a bronzer, and like a highlighting powder, but it's a matte. It's not shimmery. I really do like this, and it's very sleek and small, so I'm going to hang on to this one for now. Okay, this is the Cream Shop 123 Smile in the shade Light. This is also a cream like contour palette, and I did like this one, so I'm going to hang on to this one because I am more into cream now, so I'm going to hang on to this one. Make myself use it in a chopping block, and see if I like doing cream contour as much as I think I do. Most of the time I do powder contour because my favorite is the Kevyn Aucoin. So there's a very big chance that those might be going. Okay, I have this MAC Hyper Real Glow in the shade, or in the, yeah, it says Get Lit, and the shades it has in here are Like a Dream, Get Lit, and Gleam Sheen. I really have nothing from MAC in my collection at all, but I don't know if you can still get this. I don't use these two shades right here. I only use that one, so I have 1,000 champagne color highlighters, so I'm gonna let this go. Okay, let's see. I literally just got this in my BoxyCharm, and I've only used one shade so far, so I can't really judge this one because I think there's 3 shades in here that I can use. I think I can use this one, and this one. This one I could probably use as a shimmery bronzer or blush topper. So I'm going to, I wound up using this one and I really liked it. It was like a gold pink, but it didn't have as much pink as it looks. And I really did like it. So I'm going to hang on to this one, but again, it'll go on the chopping block because I usually reach for my individual highlighters over my highlighting palettes. So the only reason I'm hanging on to it is because it's so new to my collection. I haven't really given it a chance yet. Otherwise it would be going. Okay, then I have the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dream Glow Kit. I do not know if you can still get this one or not. This is gorgeous. It's got some very unique shades in it. And and I really love them. I really do. But I never reach for it. So I'm going to let it go. Wow. Okay. Moving on. This one is the Urban Decay Game of Thrones Mother of Dragons Highlight Palette. I never use this one. However, I'm keeping it around for nostalgia's sake because of my love of Game of Thrones. That's probably a really stupid reason to keep this, but for now it's small enough that it doesn't take up a lot of space in my collection, so I will be hanging on to it. Yeah, I know. Okay, next up I have that one with that. The Nicole Guerrero Glow Kit. I literally just got this. I don't even think I've had a chance to use it, so it's not going anywhere. But I will show it to you guys. And you can see it looks exactly like the Rosé by Bad Habit highlighting kit that I showed earlier. So I'm definitely keeping this one. It's going nowhere. They brought it back for a limited time. I don't know if it's still available or not. So if it's one that you want, I would suggest getting it if they still have it because it's limited edition to my knowledge. Okay, this is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Sugar Glow Kit. I think you can still get this one. And this one has some shades that I really do like. I like all of them actually. Butterscotch is a little dark for me right now, but I actually love all of them. Marshmallow isn't just a stark white. It's like this one right here. It's like kind of got a goldish white finish to it. And I love Starburst. Gumdrop is kind of a duochrome. So I'm going to put this in the chopping block to see if I use it because I really do like the formulation of this. But again, I never reach for it because I always reach for my single highlights. So it will be going on the chopping block. Okay. I have several highlighters that I keep around for like inner corner highlights or for like changing things up, but I don't do it as much as I used to. Like you can change the way your eyeshadows look. I have the Anastasia Aurora Glow Kit. I don't think you can still get this one. And it's got some really, really cool colors in here. But I don't use colored highlighters anymore. But I do, like I said, use them on my eyes as inner corner highlights. And I like to use them sometimes as toppers over other things. So I need to decide which out of the 4 palettes that I have I'm going to keep and which ones I'm going to get rid of. So there's Aurora. Okay, and then here's Moonchild. Whoop. There's Moonchild, which Moonchild I think you can still get. I'm not 100% sure, but I think you can. And those are both from Anastasia. And then I've got the Naked Cosmetics Holographic Palette. And it's got some really cool shades in here. And it's really small and slim. So I like this one a lot. And then I have the Kat Von D Alchemist palette. Let's see. Yep, this one's really cool too. But I mean, it's got a lot of the same shades as the Moonchild palette does. So I'm going to declutter this one. Oh, I forgot I've got the Nikki Tutorials, which has Space Baby, Glow Goals, and Glazed Donut. Okay, I don't ever use this one. The Ofra, which it's a really, really good one. But this is Space Baby, so it's like the blue duochrome. This one's a beautiful kind of champagne. And then this one is a little bit deeper, so I don't ever reach for this one, so that's going to go in my declutter. I'm not even sure if this is still available. Okay, so now I'm down to either Naked Cosmetics, the Aurora, and the Moonchild. So I think I'm going to let the Moonchild go. I think you can still get the Moonchild, but I'm going to let it go. And I think I'm going to go ahead and let the Aurora go as well. And I'm just going to hang on to the Naked Cosmetics because it's got enough shades for me to use as, like I said, inner corner highlights, or to like change the look up of an eyeshadow, which is really fun to do. I should show y'all how to do that sometime. But I think I'm just going to hang on to this one. I don't know if Naked Cosmetics still sells this or not, but I really do like the shades in here. And this one's like a little bit more neutral, where I do use that one. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and hang on to this one. But all of the other ones I'm getting rid of, which is a big shocker to me. I didn't think I was going to, because I really do like playing with those as inner corner highlights and changing up my eyeshadows sometimes, especially like if I'm doing Halloween looks and stuff like that. Okay, this is the hashtag Ofra Signature Palette. This one I'm absolutely not getting rid of. This has multiple shades that I absolutely love. It's got Star Island, Rodeo Drive, Valley, Pillow Talk, and Blissful. So I wear all of those. Sorry, I'm blinding you. I wear all of those. So especially Pillow Talk and Star Island. I've worn Valley before. It's really pretty. This is Rodeo Drive. I wear that one especially when I'm darker. Blissful I don't wear as often. But the rest of them, these four, I do. So this is definitely staying in my collection. Okay. Next up I have, I've got another Ofra. This is the Madison Miller collab. There's no names on this, but basically it has two really pretty highlighters and it's got a blush. This is beautiful, but I never reached for it, so I'm going to let it go. Don't know if that's even still available. If it is, it's really good. I just never reached for it. Okay, this is the Loreal Shine Bright Color Source and Light Source Cheek Palette. And it has 4 blushes and 2 highlighters. And I think I have this and this in a single. And I never reached for this, so I'm going to let this one go. And I don't think you can get this anymore. Okay, now this one I can tell you is 100% staying. I love this cheek palette, number 1. Number 2, I have the Pirates of the Caribbean eyeshadow palette too, for this to go with. So this is what it looks like. It's got the phases of the moon on the little cover sheet, so I keep that. But then it's got, what, 3 highlighters and 3 blush, no, more highlighters than that. I guess it's got 4 highlighters and 2 blushes. But I don't know, I really like this a lot. I do like this one. So it's staying, and it's kind of nostalgia sake as well. Kind of like the Urban Decay Game of Thrones. So that one's staying. And I will make sure to use it more often. Okay. Let's see. I have another one from Loreal. I love Loreal's face powders. So this one I really want to keep, but I'm going to go ahead and let it go. This is the Beauty and the Beast one, and you can't get it anymore. There are 3 blushes and 1 highlighter, and their blushes are awesome, but I'm going to go ahead and let it go because I have a lot of their single blushes in my collection, and I reach for those over the palette. So there you go. Okay, got some more highlighters here. I have the BH Cosmetics Glowing in Grease. Have I used this? Yes, I have. This has really beautiful blushes and really beautiful highlighters. So I'm going to definitely hang on to this one. I will put it on my chopping block though, but the formulation is really good in these. This is part of their travel series. So highly recommend. And then I have Illuminating in Ireland. I think I've swatched this, but I don't think I've used it. Sorry, I should show y'all. This is what it looks like right here. Oh, it's very reflective. Maybe if I, there we go. So this is what it looks like. I think I'm going to let this one go. I don't think I'm going to reach for it that often. I think I'll reach for my singles over this a lot more. So I'm going to go ahead and let this go. This swatched beautifully though, and it's a great formulation. BH Cosmetics makes great highlighters, so yeah, I would recommend them. Okay, now we're getting into mostly blushes, I think. Yep, I think all of these are all blushes. Okay. Or it might be a mixture of blushes and something else. I have Weekend Vibes Bellini from BH Cosmetics. That's what it looks like. I have swatched this, but that's it. I really like the peach shades in here, so I'm going to hang on to this. But I'll be putting it in my chopping block. I like peach blush a lot, so peach and orange, so hang on to this, but again in my chopping block. And then Blushing in Bali. So this one is a blush and a highlighter palette. That's what the packaging looks like. Ooh, I really like this one. This has more cool tone blushes, and I'll use these two highlighters right here for sure. So I'm going to definitely hang on to that one as well. This is part of their travel series as well. So yeah. Okay. Let's see. This is the Morphe blush palette in Cool Pro 8C. I don't think I've ever used this. I think it's brand new. So I'm going to put this in my declutter. It's beautiful. These blush colors are gorgeous and I love them, but I have these shades in singles. So I'm going to go ahead and let them go. Okay, and I don't know if you can get that one anymore or not. Okay, this is the Milani Floral Fantasy Rose Powder Blushes trio. Sorry, was that in frame? I'm not sure. But anyways, this is what they look like. These are beautiful. They're just like their individual ones. They're really good quality. But I never reach for them, so I'm going to let them go. Okay. Let's see. I have the Alamar Cosmetics blush trios. I have both the Fair Light, which this is what it looks like right here. So I have the Fair Light, and I do like that one a lot. And then I have the Medium, which is a little too bright for me. So I'm going to get rid of the Medium and keep the Fair Light. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Okay, I have this Becca blush palette with Wisteria, Songbird, and Snapdragon blushes. And you definitely can't get this anymore. I do absolutely love these blushes, so I'm going to hang on to this. Okay, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Okay, this I haven't even used. This is Ofra Island Time Liquid to Baked Blush Highlight Palette. So the highlighter in the middle is Bali, and then there's the 4 blushes, and I haven't even tried them yet. So I think I'm going to hang on to it. I'm going to put it in the chopping block because I like that I can switch this out with my other Ofra palettes. Like if I've got my Ofra mini mix palette, so like if I want to change around my eyeshadows, I can change around my highlighters and my blushes. So I'm going to give these a try and see how I like them. Put it in my chopping block and make sure I use this. I'm not sure if you can still get this or not, but it's really, really pretty. So I am going to hang on to it. Okay, I have a bunch of these blush palettes, the truffle blush palettes from Beige Cosmetics. I don't know if they sell these anymore. They're really good. Really, really, really good. There's Vanilla Cream, which this is a really pretty cool tone one. Haven't used it. Probably won't use it, so I'm gonna let it go. Okay, then I have Chocolate Cherry Truffle. I have used two shades in this one, but I'm gonna let it go. I wanted all of these and I got most of them, but I just don't reach for them. I've got Chocolate Strawberry Truffle. I don't think I've reached for this one. Nope, it's new. So I'm gonna let it go. I've got Vanilla Orange Truffle. Part of my problem is I love blush so much. I have used this one. And I do like that orange blush in there. But you know what? I'm going to let it go. This is a little too deep for my skin tone, so I'm going to let that one go. I've got Chocolate Orange Truffle. I have used this one. It's more of a neutral, whoa. It's more of a neutral palette. This one I'll hang on to since it's more neutral. If I'm going to reach for it, it'll go on the chopping block. If I'm going to reach for it, that'll probably be the one. And then I've got the Vanilla Strawberry Truffle, which it looks like it's brand new as well. So I'm going to let this one go. These are beautiful and a beautiful formula. So definitely highly recommend them. Okay, I just recently got this in BoxyCharm, so I did use it. This is the Rhubarb Plus Rose, no, sorry, this is from Seraphine Botanicals, and it's called Rhubarb Plus Rose Creamy Lip and Cheek Palette. I'll only use it for my cheeks. I didn't like it on my lips. I've only used one shade and I really did like it. And I really am into cream blushes right now, so I'm going to hang on to this one, but it will go on the chopping block because I want to compare it to my individual cream blushes because I have a lot of them. I have some from Milani. I have liquid blushes from Made by Mitchell. I have a bunch from Dalton, so I have a few too many. So I do need to kind of bring them down, so they'll be going on my chopping block. Okay, these are the ColourPop for like quad blush palettes. I haven't used any of them, so and I'm such a lover of ColourPop, I'm going to hang on to these. This one is At First Crush. And from what I understand, this is a Super Shock cheek, and then these are powder blushes. And I really do like their powder blush formula, so I'm going to keep this one. This is Born to Blush, again, keeping. This one's a little bit more neutral. I like how small and compact these are, so, and these are new, and I know you can still get them. And this is extra glazed, so I'm going to keep all of them. You guys know how much of a ColourPop fanatic I am, so I keep everything ColourPop. Okay, definitely holding on to those. These are from Tarte. These were holiday last year. And there are 3 different shades in here. Some of them have just blushes, and some of them, there were 3 of them. So it came like this, and like, so you could potentially give away 1 to 3 different people if you wanted to as gifts. So this was their holiday set last year. Each one has 3 shades, and some of them are just blushes and some of them have a highlight and blush. So I'll show y'all each one. This is Yours Truly. Into You and Playtime. Okay, so it opens here. So yours truly, and then it twists. Why isn't the other one twisting? Okay, there we go. So they open like this. So since these are so small and they'll actually fit with my individuals, I'm going to keep all three of these. I love Tarte blushes, and these are really good quality. These seem to be the same quality as the Tarte blushes individuals. This one has a highlighter at the top. Is that exposed? It looks like exposed. Nope, I'm smitten or getting toasty. Oh, and that one's like a bronzer, so I really like that. That's cool. Yeah, so I'm definitely keeping these. I don't think you can get these anymore, but this was a great little collection. That one, yeah, I'll keep that one too. So yeah, I'm going to keep all three of them. They're so small and compact that they're great to travel with if we ever travel again. And they will fit with my singles, so I'm going to keep them all. I will put them on my chopping block, to be fair, but they'll probably hang around, I think, because they are really good quality, and I love Tarte blushes. They last a long time. Okay, so that was the last of my face palettes. I mean, that was kind of a trio, but I still considered them face palettes. So that's everything that I have in my face palettes, I think. I'm about 99% sure I pulled everything. I looked in multiple spots, so if anything else comes up, it'll be put in my chopping block. Yeah, because I pulled out all my contour kits and all that stuff too. So I will count up how many I have in total and flash it up on the screen and let you know how many I'm keeping and how many I'm decluttering. And like I said, you guys will be seeing these. I'm going to try to start doing chopping block videos weekly because I just have such a big makeup collection that I've got to just start decluttering as I go. Especially eyeshadow palettes, because I definitely am bringing in too much and I haven't gotten rid of enough. I have several eyeshadow palettes on the way. And I'm still kind of out of room for eyeshadow palettes, so yeah, that's going to be happening. So hopefully you guys will like that series, you know, makeup on my chopping block. I like watching those type of videos because I like to see what the YouTuber, the influencer really truly thinks about something after they've used it for a while. Some people will do it for like a whole month. Some people will do it for just a week. I'm going to try the weekly thing and see if I can fit that in because I really think that I just have so much that I really need to do it that often. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do, is weekly, especially with the face palettes. Eyeshadow palettes is going to be a little bit more difficult because I've got so many new ones coming in that I'm trying to show you guys. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. This wraps up my face palette collection / declutter. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. That really helps me out with the YouTube algorithm. I'm just a small little micro channel trying to get noticed here. And I would love to have you as a subscriber. I do collection videos, declutter videos. I do tutorials, reviews, first impressions, you know, fun tag videos. What else? I like to play with color. I like to play with neutrals. And I've got giveaways. I do giveaways quite frequently. I'm actually about to announce a giveaway. There will be a separate video on that, so keep your eye out for that. So yeah, definitely hit that subscribe button and make sure to ring the notification bell so that you get notified of all of my future content. I would hate for you to miss out on especially giveaways. So yes, please, if you are so inclined, I would love to have you as a subscriber. But with all that being said, thank you so much for watching. I hope that you are having a great day or evening wherever you are in this world. I hope you are staying safe. I hope you are staying healthy, and I look forward to talking to you again real soon. Bye!